And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, from the capital city in Charleston, West Virginia. Welcome to the 2025 MEC Baseball Championships, live here from Go-Mart Ballpark. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Noss, along with Tom Bragg. And, Tom, game number 4 this afternoon sees a couple of teams coming out of the losers bracket. They're in the losers bracket after falling yesterday, Concord and Fairmont State. And should be a pretty good one, as, of course, both ball clubs, they've got to win.
Yeah, 6 teams in this tournament, 3 games down. Everybody's had a chance to play. Started out very well yesterday. Concord went right at Point Park, one of the strong teams in this league, and really had the Pioneers on the ropes, but of course a little too much Point Park late in that one as they got the win and send Concord to this elimination game. Likewise that for Fairmont State and their game against the University of Charleston. UC got out to an early lead in that one. Fairmont able to chip away at it, but just not quite able to get over the hump as UC broke that one open late to secure that win. But, yeah, 2 good ball clubs today. It's going to be a shame someone's got to go home, but that's tournament baseball.
And, you know, watching that game with you and Mark last night, it was a real pitcher's duel to start out, right? I mean, it was 2-1 early. It was back and forth, and then Point Park just broke it open.
Yeah, you saw why Point Park is the top seed in this tournament, why they have the MEC Player of the Year. And Jared Campbell hit that home run that ultimately ended things for the Pioneers yesterday. But, yeah, that is a good ball club. They put the ball in play. Someone's going to have to deal with them at some point if they want to get the title and take it home with them.
Concord's headed up by Drew Bailey, their head coach, and Bailey, of course, an assistant coach at Bluefield from 2014 to 2017, brings a lot of experience into this tournament, and looking forward to seeing how he can rally his guys after falling last night.
Sure, and not just regular old experience. It was high-level experience. They were winning ball games. They were going deep and making deep runs when he was at Bluefield, and came over to Concord and kind of hit the ground running with them. He's got the Mountain Lions here in the Mountain East tournament on the brink of elimination, but still something to fight for here for Concord.
Identical records. Concord is 25-26 on the season. They were 16-14 in conference. Fairmont State 24-25 after their loss last night, 17-11 in conference, and they are led by Matt Urish. He was named the ball coach back in 2021. And he enters his 4th year as the head baseball coach of the Fighting Falcons this year. Fairmont State made it to the MEC tournament last year, where it fell just 1 game short of making Championship Sunday. And, of course, prior to coaching, Uris was a huge standout at West Virginia University. You talked with Mark Martin about that last night and the accolades he had there. And one thing that you said that I thought was comical, he was really good at WVU, but now all these kids that are playing up there, they're pushing his records down the chart. You know?
It's going to be hard for some of the I don't want to say old timers, but guys who played, say prior to West Virginia getting the stadium, prior to Randy Macy coming in and really putting a shot of life into that program. There were some good ball players through the history at West Virginia. That I don't want to say they're going to get forgotten, but they're certainly going to get pushed down those record books with the guys they've had coming through Morgantown the last few years.
We'll have a good one here for you this afternoon. Brian Nost and Tom Bragg going to bring it to you here from Go-Mart Ballpark. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with starting lineups and get the first pitch underway. You're watching the 2025 MEC Baseball Championships live from Go-Mart Ballpark on MEC Digital Network, brought to you by Cardinal Chevrolet.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The Health Plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
Concord Mountain Lions starting lineup. Shortstop Nick DeSanti. First base will be Matthew DeSanti. You suppose they're related?
I think they might be.
I'm guessing. Caden Swaim will do the catching. Tyson Burke at third. Corbin Bostic in left. MJ Hunter, the center fielder. Austin Here, the DH, and he will be DHing, of course, for the man right there on the mound for
Tyler Wilkinson, the pitcher for Fairmont State.
Right. And right away, line shot, base hit into left field, and we are underway.
First pitch swinging for Nick DeSanti. It's a base hit to start us off here. Wilkinson 2-3 coming into today, 50 innings pitched this season, so he's been used plenty so far for the Falcons.
Dimitri Jamison will bat after here as we finish out the starting lineup. First pitch to him, first pitch to DeSanti is a strike. Brendan Brady, eighth, and Zach Powell is your pitcher. Brady batting ninth, rather. Swing and a miss.
Well, sun's starting to poke back out here on the east end of Charleston. It was booming and bright this morning as we got going for the first game of the day. And clouds came a bit overcast as we finished that one up, but starting to see some blue skies again here in Charleston.
Yeah, beautiful day for baseball, not too hot. DeSanti back. Being held on there by Noah Canterbury.
So we get a look at the sky, the clouds, slightly overcast here at Gomart Ballpark.
Slow dribbler up the line and a great play over there from Johnson. Maddox Johnson, freshman, getting it done.
And nice play over there by the third baseman, able to scoop that one up and gun the runner down. DeSanti does advance to second on the play, though. There's one down here in the top of the first.
Ball fouled out of play. Caden Swaim, the batter. .354 on the year. 13 home runs. So he can put the long ball out in the over the fence. And this one, a line drive out to right field. And right there with it is Connor Bailey for the putout, 2 down. Bring up third baseman Tyson Burke. .339 hitter on the season.
Sac fly in the first inning last night for Burke. Also grounded out, walked, and scored a run later in that game.
DeSanti off second, trying to distract Wilkinson, but nothing doing. Right down the middle, strike one. .82-mile-an-hour breaking ball. And another one. Nice pitch there. Yeah. Wilkinson way out, 0-2, way out in front.
Yeah, off-speed stuff really working well for Wilkinson in this at-bat.
Here's the 0-2. Did he go? He sure did. And that, as they say, is that. One hit and one man left on base at the end of a half inning. No score. You're watching the 2025 MEC Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet right here on the MEC Digital Network.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Fairmont State Falcons is going to be led off by Cam Moore at left field. Shortstop Ryan Goff. Quentin Smith is the second baseman. Noah Canterbury plays first. Quentin Reap is the DH. Zach Brennan will be playing center field, batting sixth. Seventh hitter is Maddox Johnson at third. Connor Bailey in right field. And Ripley, West Virginia's Tyler Haskins is the catcher, and he'll be batting ninth.
Zach Powell on the mound for the Mountain Lions, coming in today, 7-8 record, 17 appearances. Coming into the tournament, 6.35 earned run average, 72 and a third innings pitched, 83 hits allowed, 59 runs, 51 of those earned, 34 walks issued, 57 strikeouts. Other teams hitting 289 off of him. He has given up quite a few long balls, though, 14 home runs allowed.
First pitch in for a ball to Cam Moore. Second one finds the top of the zone, and we are at 1-1. Ron Runnels behind the plate today in this 1:30 contest. Game number 4, Ben Smith down at first, Chris Richards at third. And your alternate this afternoon is Mark Mail. On the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And this is the second of 2 Mountain East Conference games here today, but the second of 3 baseball games here. Charleston Dirty Birds, a professional team that occupies Go-Mart Ballpark. They're in town. They've got a game this evening.
Yeah, so they're going to be kicking us out of here before long.
Yeah, there is a cutoff for this game if it gets there.
Full count. Moore takes inside, ball 4. Ryan Goff will come to the plate. Goff, 347 on the year. 38 RBIs and 5 home runs. He likes to hit the doubles, Tom. He's got 17 on the year. First pitch is fouled off to the right.
5 home runs, whole bunch of doubles, drove in 36. This has been one of the big bats in this Falcons lineup in 2025.
Powell comes in, as you mentioned, with a 5.9 ERA. 7-4 on the season. But like you said, that big number that sticks out to me, he likes to give up the long ball. We probably didn't like it, but
he's done it a bunch.
He's done it a bunch. Pop on the infield. It'll be hauled in by DeSanti. Or rather, I guess Brendan Brady got that. He was at second base.
Yeah, I believe his second baseman pulled that one in.
Yeah, DeSanti went over for it, but Brady called him off. One out. Quentin Smith, the batter, 322 on the season. Laid off, but a strike called. High fly ball lifted out of play to the right field seats.
Yeah, not a whole lot of foul territory down either of these foul lines. If you lift one up, good chance it's going to get over into the stands.
One and two to the batter, Smith. And swing and a miss. He's down on strikes.
So we go to the replay here. You see, batter looked like he was looking fastball. He got something with a little movement on it.
Yeah, he got a little
caught him off
confused,
balance.
for sure. Ball gets past Swaim, and that's going to allow Cam Moore to go to second base. So that puts Cam Moore in scoring position. First runner we've had in scoring position this afternoon. Gets a nice lead off second base, but he's not going anywhere, and the pitch is outside for ball two to Canterbury.
Canterbury, the first baseman, 1 for 5 in that loss last night. Had a single in the 7th inning, reached third base, did not score, struck out twice.
Pitch is low, and we're 3-0. Already one walk this inning. And now there's two. Runners at first and second. And the second base on balls in the inning for Powell.
And Wilkinson got the punch out on Smith in the previous batter, but a little erratic otherwise. We mentioned that's second walk issued here in the inning.
Pitch is in there for strike one to Quentin Reap. 348 on the year for Quentin Reap, playing in his 48th game of the season. Umpire said he went. And it's 0-2.
Last night, Reap also was a DH. Pair of singles, scored a run in that loss.
Here's the 0-2. And that's going to bring a run home as it's a gap shot just over the second baseman's head. One run will score. Canterbury will go to third on the base hit from Quentin Reap, the designated hitter.
And nice shot by Reap there. Just the old hit it where they ain't philosophy in baseball. As we go to the replay,
just a little punch.
Yep, just dropped that one down in between the infielders and outfielders, and it'll bring in the first run of this ball game. Falcons take an early 1-0 lead.
Goes to show you don't have to swing hard to get a base hit.
No, you do not.
I love the way you said it. Put them where they ain't, and that's exactly what he did. Brings up Zach Brennan. Brennan, the center fielder, takes ball one. Runners on the corners. Fighting Falcons out to an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the second, or in the bottom of the first. Sorry, excuse me.
38 driven in, 5 home runs this season for Brennan. Looking to add to those offensive totals here. Runner in scoring position over on third base, another one on first. 2 outs in the inning.
Powell already at 20 pitches, Tom, in this first half inning. Nice breaking ball right there. Dropped it in for a strike.
And that pitch count, a number to keep an eye on, especially when you get to this time of the year. Tournament baseball is a different beast. Those pitching staffs get worked hard on weekends like this.
And we've seen it already from last night into today. West Virginia State earlier this afternoon, they got beat up pretty good. Their pitching staff took a beating.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets had to get pretty deep into those relief pitchers. Brought in, I believe, 5 pitchers appeared in that game for West Virginia State in the loss. And then to make matters worse, when you lose that game, you move on. You have to go play Point Park tomorrow.
Who brought the bats with them
Yes,
from
they
Pittsburgh.
did. Yes, they did.
15 runs scored last night in a Mercy Rule game as Brennan fouls it off to the right. Brennan, 35 ribbies on the season. He's walked 21 times and he struck out 44. 4 home runs. And a great job there by Caden Swaim to save a run. Although you cannot always say that with this backstop, and I remember you talking about it last night in the ball game with Mark. That ball can bounce anywhere, and a lot of times it bounces right back to you.
Yeah, the surface of that stone backstop isn't flush. It's got a little pattern to it almost, so it can hit and come straight back to you. It can hit and pop up in the air. It can hit and die. I've heard catchers with a wide variety of opinions on the backstop here at Gomart Ballpark.
Right. Brennan calls for time. He'll step out and
so we get a shot of that stone backstop in behind home plate here.
Great job by our camera guys, as always. Breaking pitch is fouled to the back of the screen, and it stays full, 3-2. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Powell versus Brennan. Did he go?
Concord appealing, but
so the third walk of the inning has loaded him up. It's a good call by the official there, the umpire, first base. Little foul dribbler at the plate from Maddox Johnston, third baseman.
And Johnston over on the hot corner, 1 hit last night, pair of Ks, one of them looking in the loss.
He struck out 34 times, and boy, Powell would like to make it 35 right here and get out of this mess that he's gotten himself into.
.30 pitches already here in the first inning for Concord.
Outside and away, ball 2.
That was pitch 31.
Zach
we mentioned
Powell.
earlier that pitch count. You got to keep an eye on it here at tournament time, and Mountain Lions racking them up here early in this one.
Ball in the hole, and it's going to get past the shortstop, DeSante, and it's going to score 1 run. So everybody moves up 90 feet as Maddox Johnston gets the RBI.
Yeah, Fairmont State respecting the arm of Bostic out there in left field when it squirted through the infield. Looked like it might have been a 2-run opportunity there for the Falcons.
Yeah.
You see holding him up there at third, not wanting to test the arm of Bostic out there in left.
They weren't gonna think twice about trying to score on him. and he kind of fielded it kind of mid left field, so it wasn't super deep.
And it died a little bit once it got through the infield there. Nice job by Concord to limit that to just 1 run. It's a 2-0 lead now for Fairmont State. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Bases are loaded, though.
After the conference on the mound, Connor Bailey is the hitter, junior. 338 average. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1.
Solid game for Bailey last night. 3 singles, scored a run, and drove in 2.
Ball 2 to Bailey from Charlestown, West Virginia.
A lot of good baseball coming out of the Eastern Panhandle. Used to be Jefferson and everybody else, but, man, they've got a whole bunch of really good programs out there.
And that one gets past Swaim. He does a great job of blocking it, and nobody trying to score here. So in danger of the 4th walk of the inning as he's run the count now, his Powell to 3-0.
And Johnston over on first base a little frustrated. He was halfway to second. He thought they should have gone. But
right.
We see on the replay, ball squirted away. Nice job by Concord not to allow any runs in.
Ball 4, and there's a run that comes in via the walk. So the 4th walk of the inning.
And we see from the Mountain Lions dugout, people making hand signals down towards the bullpen. Got to think someone's going to be up and getting loose pretty soon. Still 2 outs here. 3 runs across already, though. We've seen 36 pitches from Concord already. Not quite half of them. 16 have been for strikes.
Bounce straight back to catcher Tyler Haskins from right up I-77 in Ripley, West Virginia. He's a graduate player.
Haskins, 0 for last night, did reach on a walk, did not score.
Bases full of fighting Falcons.
9th batter of the first inning. Falcons have sent their entire lineup to the plate here.
Cam Moore is on deck, and he started the game with a walk.
Haskins fouled that one off of his foot.
Those hurt, man.
Looks like we've got some action down in the Concord bullpen. I believe that's number 27 warming up. Jake Robinson, 6-4 on the season. He's made 16 appearances, started 9 games for the Mountain Lions. 6.02 ERA. As he continues to get loose down there. Powell still on the mound, trying to get out of this jam.
Oh, and it hit him. It hit Tyler Haskins, and that might be it for Powell. Brennan will come in to score. Everybody else moves up. Do we have that replay?
As we look down into the Concord bullpen, we get a replay of that last hit by pitch. Concord coach came out to speak to the umpires.
He's arguing that he thinks he leaned into it, so now the umpires are discussing it, but they're going to give him first base.
Saw on the replay, it looked like he got away from it with his lead arm there, but it was the back arm that caught him on the elbow.
Well, he started his swing. Watch it right here. He starts his swing. He goes into it, and then
he kind of tried to hunch out of it, and caught him on the way through to bring another run in. 4-0 the score.
This ought to do it. No, he's going to. Oh, he called him out. Wow.
And the umpire pulled his arms together like he was going to give that big exaggerated safe motion, but a muted out call for the 3rd out of the inning.
So the put out will go 6-5, or I'm sorry, 6-4. 6-4.
6-4, and that'll do it here in the first inning as we see a replay of the out that ended things in the first frame.
Wow.
Looked awfully close on the replay.
Very
but
close.
That'll be the third out of the inning. 4 runs across. It's Fairmont State 4, Concord 0 on the 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Health.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 of I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
So a long first inning, Tom. We played that first inning took nearly 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And 4-0 our score, Fairmont State, after getting 4 walks in the bottom of the first. Only after all that, only 2 hits, but 4 walks produced 4 runs and an error.
Yeah, Falcons able to bat around in that one. Leadoff batter Cam Moore came to the plate twice in that one. The Falcons come away with 4 runs. Corbin Bostic will lead things off here for the Mountain Lions in the second.
Left fielder from Logan, West Virginia, takes the first one low for ball 1.
Well, you talk about the great high school programs that we've seen represented in this tournament. Logan got to be right there with them. Wildcats have had some great baseball going on down in the coal fields for a long time.
No question about it. Bostic, the junior, batting .317. He turns on one, and it's going to go out of the ball yard foul. But he got around on it, didn't he?
Yep, looked like it hit the back wall of that party deck sitting up there in right field and kicked back out onto the outfield. But didn't miss Morris Street by much over there.
7 home runs on the year for Bostic. Takes ball 2.
0 for 2 last night was Bostic with a strikeout, reached on a walk late in that one.
Wilkinson right down the middle with the fastball, 82 miles an hour. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Breaking ball right across the outside, and he got him looking. Brings up M.J. Hunter, the senior.
Second strikeout of the game for Wilkinson.
Hunter takes inside, ball 1.
Hunter with a double, drove in 2 last night in the loss to Point Park.
Wilkinson, fastball right down the pipe, 1-2. Tyler working quick here.
He must have heard the Dirty Birds have a game later.
Yeah, I'm not sure the rule. They told me before we went on the air today, but I never pay attention to anybody in the production truck. But apparently we can't start an inning past a certain time today.
At 5:15, any half inning That's the cutoff. No half inning can start after 5:15. If that does happen, long time from now, but if that does happen, this game will be suspended and resume tomorrow.
Well, that's okay, because tonight I happen to be bowling for the league championship.
Well,
at 7:30, so I'll be elsewhere. Not just me, my team. We're the defending champs.
Well, you've got a trophy to defend then.
As Paul Heyman would say, the reigning defending.
Yeah. Well, let's not go down that route. No. We'll end up talking wrestling all day, buddy.
And I could do it.
So can I.
Breaking ball. Just missed. And Hunter has run the count full. Little dribbler up to the first base side. Canterbury has it, takes it unassisted. And one away, or 2 outs, excuse me.
Yeah, MJ Hunter showing off the wheels there, but 3 unassisted over at first base. Anywhere else in the infield, he probably had a shot with the speed he showed off there.
No doubt. Took advantage of the slow roller. Hot shot to the shortstop, and he can't handle it.
Yeah. Probably.
Goff was back on his heels.
You got to think that one will probably go down as an error on the shortstop. That one ate him up as we go to the replay. Yeah. Hot shot right at the 6 and just got it between bounces. Couldn't bring it in.
Austin here just hit it on the button. We bring up the right fielder, Dimitri Jamison. Jamison from Mechanicsville, Maryland, swings at the first one and misses, strike 1. Lazy fly ball to Connor Bailey out in right. He's under it, and that's going to do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. Our score at the end of 1.5, it's Fairmont 4, Concord nothing. You're watching the MEC Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet on MEC Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The Health Plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Back at Go-Mart Ballpark in beautiful Charleston, West Virginia. Man, a great day for baseball as Fairmont and Concord in the single elimination game here. Loser goes home, and the winner advances on to play tomorrow.
Yeah, high-stakes baseball here in Charleston this afternoon. And Fairmont State off to the better start of the 2. Falcons leading this one 4-0, set for their second turn at the plate and second time through the lineup.
Ryan Goff with a base hit down to right field. He's going to try and stretch it out for 2. Dimitri Jamison with the throw, and he's in there.
Ooh, great job out in right field to get that one back in and make it a whole lot closer than it probably should have been, but the aptly named Ryan Goff kind of golfed one out there, had a little slice on it as we go to the replay. Right-hander tucks that one just inside the foul line. down the first base side. Opens this one up with a double.
Brings up Quentin Smith. Smith struck out his first time up. So Fairmont back at it again with a runner in scoring position as we start the bottom of this second inning.
Smith had a pair of singles and then lost to Charleston last night. No runs scored, though.
Powell's first offering is in for a strike. Curveball fouled out of play, 0-2. 55 hits on the season for Quentin Smith. He scored 33 runs, and he's had 26 runs batted in. He's walked 13 times, and he struck out 29. One of those last inning. 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. And a chopper foul just past the bag at third. And we remain 0-2.
Not sure if the crowd mics pick up the airplane traffic we get over Gomart Ballpark here on the east end of Charleston sometimes. No signs of any airplanes up there right now, though we did just hear one go over.
Way outside from Wilkinson, or I'm sorry, from Powell, and makes it 1-2. Nice save there by Caden Swaim. Little number. That might go fair, but no. When it has that backspin on it like that,
yeah.
You can never give up on it.
Yeah, hard to tell coming off the bat which way those ones are going to go. And fortunately, if you're a Falcons fan, that one stayed foul because it was destined to be an out if it tucked back fair.
Goff at second base. He is 3 for 3 in stolen bases this year, in case anybody was had that on their bingo card.
He's not running a whole lot, but when he does, he gets where he's going.
He gets it done. Powell gets him to swing and miss. And Smith is down on strikes for the second time today.
Nice pitch there by Powell. Went away from the right-handed Smith and got him to fish for that third strike. We see the replay here. Smith just off balance, left reaching for that one. He'll head back to the dugout.
Brings up Noah Canterbury. He walked his first time up, as did 3 of his teammates in the bottom of that first inning. There's a shot through the hole on the left side. DeSanti can't get to it. That'll score a run. As Goff comes around to score, and Noah Canterbury with a base hit. And it gives the Falcons a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, hot shot by Canterbury back up the middle. Shortstop unable to get down in time to keep that one in the infield. Fairmont State sending Goff the whole way, and it's now 5-0 Falcons here in the second inning.
First pitch in for a strike to Quentin Reap, who singled and drove in a run. This one, shift is on. It could be 2 right here. 1 and 2. Nice job by Concord's defense to get out of that inning.
Yeah, Reap looked like he maybe had a chance to break up that double play and get down there to first, but throw beats him, and that'll end things. So another run crosses in the second for Fairmont State as we get a replay of the double play to end things. And after 1.5, it's Fairmont State 5, Concord 0, 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiate.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Well, welcome back inside Gomart Ballpark, Charleston, West Virginia. Bottom of the second inning coming up. It'll be Brady, DeSanti, and DeSanti to lead things off here for Concord. 5-0 lead early in this one for Fairmont State. Falcons put 4 across in the first, batted around in that one, and then second time up, Ryan Goff led off with a double and eventually came around to score, and that's how we got here 5-0 early.
Brendan Bailey, the batter, Brady, the batter, from Sunrise, Florida, played his previous college ball up at Allegheny. Second pitch inside, 1-1.
Looked like a breaking ball, didn't break so much.
Nope. Fastball popped up, foul territory. Canterbury over to look, reaches, can't quite get it. Gave it a nice effort.
I believe they call that the old college try.
Yeah. How appropriate.
Yeah, not a lot of room, as we said, to work with in foul territory over there. We see the replay. Nearly got his glove on it, but tough to judge him, especially when you got to deal with the gates and the chairs and everything over there. So goes down as just a foul ball.
Another one. You know, you were talking last night, and I was listening to your ball game. Not a bad seat in this place.
No.
But you've got to pay attention. Your head's got to be on a swivel because the protective netting only goes down to the end of the dugout. And if you're past the dugout down there, you really got to be paying attention.
Yeah, one of the great things about this ballpark is just the intimate atmosphere. You're right on top of the action here, but there are some dangers that come with that, and just the inherent nature of baseball. You got to pay attention if you're out there in the crowd.
Third straight foul ball for Brendan Brady.
Nice battle here going on between pitcher and batter.
Major League Baseball news today, the Pirates have fired manager Derek Shelton. There's a shot in the gap. This could be extra bases. But a good job by Zach Brennan getting over and cutting it off. Way to get on your horse, Brennan, because I'll tell you what, that could have been 2.
Yeah, he had a good beat on that one. Off the bat, looked like it was destined to hit all the way out there to the wall in left center field. But outfielder for the Falcons able to keep that one in front of him and limit the damage to just one base there. Good job to get it back in a hurry. As we see the replay.
Yeah, nice job of getting to his right.
Playing kind of deep to begin with probably helped him out tremendously on that one.
Back to the top of the order, it's Nick DeSanti. Takes the first one right down the pipe, strike 1.
A runner started to go over there. Brady thought better of it.
Pirates, by the way, were 12-26. They've lost 7 in a row, and they were 1 in their 1-9 in their last 10 games. So it was past time for a change.
Yeah, it was probably time. You hate to see anybody lose their job, but competitive business like professional sports are, you got to produce results. And as has long been the case for baseball in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Professional baseball in Pittsburgh. The college guys got it going pretty good up there right now.
I'll tell you right, give me Point Park right now against the Pirates.
I think it'd be a better game than most people think.
Foul ball drifting out of play to the right side. Just out of the reach of Canterbury. Stays 1-2.
Hey, if you're Point Park, if you can get through Skeens, I'd take my chances with that Pirates bullpen.
Well,
right?
It's funny. Skeens is like 3-3 or 3-4 on the year.
Yeah, he
now.
hasn't been quite as dominant. Some of that is the guys behind him. But,
right. Well, if you only score one run,
yeah.
you're going to lose most of your games. But I think folks are starting to figure him out. I mean, the Cardinals have hit him pretty good twice now. Shot out to right field, right center. And Connor Bailey pulls it in for out number one.
Yeah, not a whole lot of wind to speak of. Not sure anything really got knocked down out there. Just a deep shot that the field was able to contain.
Matt DeSanti, the batter. 0 for 1 today, grounded to third, his first time up. This time lifts one out into the gap in left center, and left fielder Cam Moore goes to his left, gets on his horse and makes a great play. So speed in the outfield is definitely something that Fairmont is taking advantage of.
Yeah,
here.
Moore had to cover a lot of ground to bring that one in. I think with the positioning of these Falcons outfielders has really been a benefit of them on these long fly balls into the outfield because they've been able to keep pretty much everything in front of them to this point.
First pitch upstairs for ball one. Caden Swaim, the catcher, flied out to right field his first time up.
There goes the runner. Throw looked like it was in time. A little off the mark, though. And the runner gets in safe. Brady with the stolen base. Still 2 outs here in the inning. One runner out there on second base. We see the replay. And catcher came up gunning. Looked like the throw beat him, just not able to apply the tag.
Right down the middle. Nice pitch there from Tyler Wilkinson.
Had Swaim crossed up there. He was looking for something else and regretted not getting the bat off his shoulder on that one.
Shot just inside the bag at third. Johnson. Long throw over to Canterbury, but in time. And the side is retired. One hit, one man left on base. And our score at the end of 2.5, it's Fairmont State 5, Concord 0 on the 2025 MEC Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet.
Team with a river in the middle. Take me to my hometown. My hometown is your hometown. It's got a gold dome, heard the picking on the fiddle. Take me to my hometown. My hometown is your
Beautiful day for baseball here. You won't find a nicer minor league park anywhere in the well, I guess we're a professional park town too with the Dirty Birds here, but you won't find a nicer one. It's just gorgeous, and the view reminds me. PNC Park has got one of the best views in baseball. This reminds me of it too, with the rolling hills in the background, and just gorgeous.
It's a little bit of PNC, maybe a little bit of Camden Yards with the warehouse district here in the background, but yeah, you said it. One of the most beautiful ballparks for this level of baseball anywhere. Hard to believe they've been playing ball here for 20 years now. It does not seem like it's been 2 decades of baseball here on the East End, but April 2005 when they opened things up. They were then known as West Virginia Power. They were a Milwaukee's Brewers affiliate that first couple of years.
When I was a kid, I grew up in Pennsylvania, but I would come down here twice a year because I had family down here for reunions and stuff. And I remember when it was a Pittsburgh Pirate affiliate, the Charlies, way back when.
The old Charlies of the International League. They were a AAA affiliate of the Pirates, put a lot of guys in the majors, those great Pirates teams of the 70s. Well, a lot of those guys honed their craft here in Charleston, the old ballpark in Kanawha City.
Yeah.
Of course, the Power, as they were then known, spent several years as a Pirates affiliate here. Saw guys like Tyler Glasnow came through here. Jamison Tyon, Gregory Polanco. Ryan Braun spent some time here when the Brewers affiliate was in town. So not just an old-timey history to Charleston baseball and some of those players. There's guys that a lot of you all listening have probably seen play recently.
Brennan lifts a high, lazy fly ball. And DeSanti puts it away, 1 down. Maddox Johnson, your batter. Singled up his first time up when drove in a run. Fouls the first one off.
Had a name on the tip of my tongue. It just came to me. Alcides Escobar. Played here, won a World Series with the Kansas City Royals.
Nice breaking ball there from Johnson. I'm thinking the radar gun's not working, Tom, because every pitch that's thrown is 82 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's...
And that breaking ball was nowhere near 82 miles an hour.
No, that's... the more things change, the more they stay the same. Lots of renovations here at the ballpark over the last few years, but as long as I've been covering games here, there have been some questions about the accuracy of the radar gun.
As long as you've been covering games, every pitch has been 82. It's a record.
It's been close. So we get a look out there at the scoreboard. It displays those pitch speeds. You saw the 82 displayed.
Foul tip. Swing and a miss. Johnson goes down on strikes. Swinging. Out number 2.
And still 82 up there. I'm beginning to think maybe it's locked up or something and not malfunctioning, but not in the way we thought.
Connor Bailey, the batter. Walked his first time up. And Powell having a good inning so far. I don't want to jinx him, but...
And going after his first clean inning here of the game. Gave up 1 in the second, 4 in the first.
Just upstairs, 1-1. '60-second pitch for Powell on the afternoon, and we're only in the third.
Looks like the activity down in the Concord bullpen taking a little break. Jake Robinson is the player who was up, though. 16 appearances on the season, 9 starts, 6-4 record, 6.02 earned run average this season.
Swing and a miss from Bailey. It brings the count full. And so much for the clean inning.
Second time Bailey has reached on a walk today.
It'll bring up Tyler Haskins. And he was hit, if you remember right, the last time he was up, he was hit in the left arm.
It was the one that Concord tried to argue that perhaps he leaned into a bit.
Right. Base hit down the right field line, just past the outstretched hand of Matt DeSanti. Bailey goes to third. DeSanti with the base hit to right field.
A smart baseball on the base pass by Bailey there. He was going all the way with 2 outs on the hit. And all of a sudden, we were just talking about the potential for a clean inning, and I think that's going to do it for the pitcher, Powell. As we get a replay here, that one just under the glove of the first baseman, and it'll be the last pitch that Powell throws.
So breaking the action as we have a pitching change. We'll take a break as well. Stay with us. You're watching the 2025 MEC Baseball Tournament on MEC Digital TV, presented by Cardinal Chevrolet.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Well, the book on Zach Powell is closed. 2 and 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, and he walked 5, struck out 3. Had 1 wild pitch. Yeah, he is responsible for both runners on first and third. So,
yeah, things got away from him early, issuing that leadoff walk to Cam Moore, and it just got worse there in the first inning. 4 runs come across, another given up in the second, and after getting the first 2 batters here in the third inning, a walk and a single has runners at the corners with 2 outs for Fairmont State as it brings on the new pitcher. That new pitcher will be Jake Robinson coming into today. 16 appearances on the season for Mr. Robinson, 6.02 earned run average, a 6-4 record with 9 starts, 1 save on the season. He's thrown 55 and a third innings, 62 hits allowed, 39 runs, 37 of those earned. He's walked 25, struck out 56, allowed 8 home runs. Opposing teams are batting .284 against him this season.
back to the top of the order, Cam Moore. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Yes, please. Runner goes. Throw down is not in time. In front of the bag. It was cut off by DeSanti. And now runners at second and third as Haskins swipes second. Bailey stayed right where he was at.
And say often in that situation you see runners on the corners, the guy from first takes off, and maybe they won't throw down because they're trying to keep that guy.
And this one's going to score too. Shot in the gap, left center. by Cam Moore, excuse me. And Moore brings in 2 with the double.
Charge those 2 to Powell. He was still responsible for those guys. And 7-0 now the lead. Falcons stretching this one out here in the third. Ryan Goff at the plate now. Sliced one down the first baseline last time up.
Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Strike 1.
And Goff reached on that double in the third and later came around to score. Noah Canterbury single.
7-0, Fairmont State. 2 outs. And we thought we were going to have a quick inning there, Tom, for a while, but it hasn't turned out that way.
I believe they call that the broadcaster's jinx.
That's right.
There's just some things you don't talk about, and we broke the rule.
Yes, we did. And there's a shot to the left field. That ball's going to get down and score another run. Cam Moore comes around to score on the single from Ryan Goff, and it's 8-0. And Fairmont State beating up on the Falcons pitching this afternoon.
Yeah, Fairmont State really putting the ball in play here as we go to the replay. Another shot into the outfield. It's going to get down.
It's another one of those calls that you made hit them where they ain't.
Yeah.
You know, the left fielder, Bostic, was playing deep, and he just
dropped it right in front of him.
Dropped it right in there. Smith, the second baseman, fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Smith has struck out both times that he's been at the plate this afternoon. Fouls it away for 2 strikes.
Yeah, an 8-0 hole here for Concord, but don't forget this is a Concord team that has battled this season. Had to come back on the final day of the regular season just to get into this tournament here in Charleston.
Smith, the senior from Morgantown, West Virginia. 0-2. Robinson pitch. And slow roller, and really no play except back to second base as Goff overran it a little bit, but got back.
Yeah, it looked like as he slid into second base, Goff, he got tangled up a little bit, came off the bag, able to scramble back and get in there safe, but they're going to send someone out just to chat with him, make sure he's all right as we see the replay here. Nice job by the shortstop, knock that down, keep it in front of him, but turns and sees that Goff stumbled a little bit going around, and my mistake, he didn't get caught going around the base, and he turned that ankle maybe trying to put on the brakes and get back in a hurry.
Yeah, you can see there. Brings up Noah Canterbury, the senior, 1 for 1 this afternoon. Outside corner for strike 2. Fairmont has out-hit Concord 8-2. Kind of a late swing there from Noah, drove it foul.
And a little bit behind that one, but another hard hit ball. Didn't land fair, but Falcons finding some solid contact here, just not quite straightening it out on that one.
Robinson deals. High fly ball down the third baseline. Tyson Burke gave it a look and let it go.
Falcons working on their third time through the lineup already here.
High and outside, ball 1.
Canterbury drove in a run last time, reached and scored on a walk in the first.
Mm-hmm. Breaking ball from Robinson, driven to right. Right there to make the catch, Dimitri Jamison, and that will do it. Damage done, though. 3 runs come across. And now 8 hits on the day for Fairmont State. They lead it 8-0 at the end of 3. You're watching the 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet on MEC Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The health plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
Welcome back to Go-Mart Ballpark in beautiful Charleston, West Virginia. Brian Nost and Tom Bragg bringing you the MEC Baseball Tournament on MEC Digital Network. Glad you're with us here on this Thursday afternoon. A lot of good baseball so far in this tournament. 2 games last night, 1 game earlier today. West Virginia State was defeated by Frostburg. And this ball game right here is single elimination. This is the loser's bracket. The loser here goes home. As Tyson Burke steps in. Shot down the third base line is foul.
Of course, loser eliminated here. Winner stays alive. Whoever wins this game will face the loser of the Charleston-Frostburg game in what would be another elimination.
Breaking ball from Wilkinson. Shortstop, nice throw. Ryan Goff made a great play going to his left. Tosses over to Canterbury. I thought that ball was hit harder than it really was, but it slowed down enough to where Goff was able to get to it, moving to his left, and he makes a good play.
And it kicked up off that pitcher's mound, as
That's
we
what slowed
see
it down
on the replay here.
Yes.
Some of those turf pitcher's mounds, they don't play like the dirt stuff does, so adjustments got to be made in the defense, and you said it, Ryan Goff, smooth out there at shortstop. Nice play to get the out.
Fly ball to left field. Cam Moore under it, makes the catch, and 2 down quickly here in the 4th. Breaking ball across for strike 1 to MJ Hunter. Hunter grounded out to the first baseman. Noah Canterbury, his last time up. Work the count now to 2-1. Wilkinson, a little bit inside. He knocked it down the third base line, but it was foul. Count even at 2. Could we have our first 1-2-3 inning here, Tom, or did I just broadcast jinx it?
We'll see.
Up the middle, second baseman. Nice play, Quentin Smith to Canterbury, and indeed it is a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Our score after 3.5. Fairmont State 8, Concord nothing on MEC Digital Network. After 3.5, as we head to the bottom of the fourth, Fairmont leading it 8-0. Pretty much dominating and taking advantage of poor Concord pitching, Tom, as Fairmont has pretty much had their way with Concord in this ballgame.
Yeah, Falcons able to take advantage and jump on the poor pitching in the first inning. 4 runs come across. No big blows in that one. Couple of walks, couple of singles, got them across, and that really opened things up here for Fairmont State. Falcons kind of been on cruise control since then. Concord trying to get something together on offense and limit what the Falcons are able to do when they're on defense. And Robinson back out for another inning on the mound for the Mountain Lions.
And he'll face Quentin Reap. And Reap hit into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. First time up, he had a single and knocked in a run. Breaking ball fouled back to the screen. 1-2 the count.
So I've got to correct myself from earlier when I said that the winner of this game would play the loser of the Charleston and Frostburg game. That is a possibility. Big swing and a miss there for the punch out here in the fourth. But, yeah, the winner of that UC Frostburg game, or the loser rather, versus the winner of this game is on the table. But it's a complicated bracket, and things could be in flux if West Virginia State were to knock off Point Park tomorrow. So stay tuned to those results as we figure out who's going to be playing who in the latter stages of this tournament. A new third baseman for the Mountain Lions, Ty Livingston, over at the hot corner here in the fourth.
Brennan takes low. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Brennan popped out to the first baseman, DeSanti, his last time up. First time he walked and scored. Shot just past Robinson. Second baseman Brady there to make the play. 2 down. Bring up the third baseman, Maddox Johnston. Johnston base hit his first time up. Struck out swinging the second time up. Up high, ball 2.
And he's been challenging him high in this at bat. He's swung through a couple. And there's the third. Must have tipped one of those earlier ones. My mistake. 2 strikes in the count now.
Swain can't keep that one in front of him. Right down the boulevard. Caught looking, strike 3. And knock on wood, partner. 2 back-to-back, 3 up, 3 down innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 strikeouts, nobody left. Our score after 4. It's 8-2 in favor of Fairmont State. Stay with us. We're coming right back on the MEC Digital Network.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
And I wanted to do more than just be a spectator. I wanted to get involved and give back to the sport that I've loved for so long.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
Culinary arts. Auditor. A firefighter. And I'm a volleyball official.
Officiating volleyball was something that helped me to reconnect to my roots.
Volleyball officiating will bring positive influences into your life along with lifelong friends.
I said yes to becoming a volleyball official so that I could give back to the game.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
Challenge yourself as a referee to always be the best you can be.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official,
just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door,
stay on the court.
Just say yes.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
8-0 our score as we head to the top of the 5th. Fairmont State in control of this one.
It'll be here, Jamison and Brady do up this half inning for the Mountain Lions. And for all our viewers and listeners out there, a brief apology if any coarse language picked up on our crowd mics here.
I told you to be careful.
Come
dude.
through. Hey, it was the crowd mic, not the booth mic.
I told you, always treat the mic like it's hot.
Sure. Now, if I'm out there, hey, all bets are off. But up here, we keep it family friendly. Yeah, this isn't a kickball game.
Breaking ball across for strike 1 to Austin here, the designated hitter.
Fairmont really making the most of its 2-out opportunities at the plate today. Falcons 5 of 8. Concord, meanwhile, 0 of 3. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong line here. Fairmont 6 of 9 with 2 outs, and Concord's 0 of 5, 0 of 3 with runners in scoring position.
Sharp ground ball hit to Goff at short. Over to Canterbury. 1 down.
And so 8 hits in the ball game for the Falcons, and 6 of those have come with 2 outs, Brian. They're getting it done when they need to.
Yeah. Well, you remember that last inning where they scored 3 runs, and we thought, hey, we're going to have a quick inning here, and then the floodgates opened.
Yeah, first 2 guys were put down, and then, as you said, floodgates opened, and 3 more runs come across.
Dimitri Jamison. Right fielder takes strike one. Haskins not able to squeeze that one. Fouled off the catcher's glove. It's 1-2. Again, if you're not doing anything tonight, Dirty Birds are in action here at Go-Mart Ballpark. And I want to tell you something. Hats off to Mr. Shea, who's the owner, and Jay Silverman, and all the folks that put on the show here at Go-Mart Ballpark for the Dirty Birds. They are a fantastic organization. They're fun. And if you don't have anything going tonight, man, check them out.
And Jamison down looking on that one for the second out of the inning, and takes him to 0 for 2 for the game. Brings up Brendan Brady, the 9-hitter here for Concord. Top of the fifth inning, 8-0, Fairmont State leads.
Shot to left in the gap. Brennan over and makes the catch. Center fielder had a better beat on it. And Zach Brennan makes it our third consecutive, knock on wood, 1-2-3 inning. After 4.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Fairmont State leads it 8-0. The 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by Cardinal Chevrolet on the MEC Digital Network. We're coming right back.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The Health Plan. Here for you.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Good. 8-0 our score here as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Concord will send up or rather Fairmont will send up Connor Bailey, Tyler Haskins, and in the top of the order, Cameron Moore.
Falcons have almost been through the lineup 3 times already. When Moore comes up, it will be his 4th at-bat of the game.
Bailey's walked in his first 2 plate appearances. He walked in a run, so we give him credit for an RBI there in the first, and then he walked and scored in the third. Robinson still on the hill for Concord. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Bailey taking all the way there, no doubter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to the shortstop, and a great throw from DeSanti to DeSanti. You think they've done that a couple of times?
Yeah, they might have played that long toss across the infield a few times. Bailey, not the fastest guy, but really hustling down the line there. Made it a close play, but nice job by the DeSantis to start things off with an out for the Mountain Lions here. Excuse me.
Didn't have a lot on it, but Matt DeSanti really stretched and made it happen. 6-3 and out number 1.
Although, as we've seen so far today, the Falcons really don't get going until there's 2 outs in an inning.
Haskins lifts the foul ball down the left field line. First time up, he was hit in the left elbow and singled in the third inning. This one's grounded to Brady at second. They're going to say,
did he foul it off his foot or no? They're just going to, I think he tripped coming out of the box and didn't run down to first base.
Yeah. I don't know if we have that again or not. But,
I was tracking the ball and looked up and was like, well, he didn't go. Well, here we go on the replay. You see, he puts that one into play. Camera did what I did and followed the ball there, but Bailey did not make it down the baseline for easy out. Yeah.
In true play-by-play fashion, you follow the ball. Brings us to the top of the order. Cam Moore, the left fielder. Walked in the first, fielder's choice. And had a double there in the third inning.
Another replay of that last at-bat. So we see Bailey really slipped coming out of the batter's box there.
It was kind of face planted.
Well, that's one of the downsides to these really just beautiful and useful turf fields. The part that you're used to being dirt, it's not dirt anymore. It's turf just like the rest of it. And sometimes those rubber pellets, as you can see from our vantage point behind home plate, they can kind of build up there a little more than in some other places.
I mean, you notice the dark, I mean, the brown that looks like the dirt, and then what's black, it's those pellets that you're talking about, and those are constantly kicked up as Moore swings and misses at strike three. And another 1-2-3 inning. Things have settled down here a little bit. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 5, it's 8-0 in favor of Fairmont State. You're watching the MEC Baseball Championships right here on MEC Digital Network. Stay with us.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The Health Plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
We head to the 6th inning, and we've had 2 straight innings. Now, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but we've had 2 straight innings of 3 up, 3 down baseball. And so we head to the top of the 6th. Tyler Wilkinson still on the mound for Fairmont. And Nick DeSanti, top of the order, the shortstop, will start things off for Concord. DeSanti, the first time up, first inning, he got a single. And he flew out to the right fielder, Connor Bailey, his second time up. So third time around for Nick DeSanti, the shortstop. This afternoon, he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Brian Nost and Tom Bragg on the MEC Digital Network bringing you game number 4 of the 2025 MEC Baseball Championships. 2 last night, 1 this morning. West Virginia State and Frostburg. Frostburg getting the better part of the Yellow Jackets earlier today. That one's hit rip foul down the left field line. And I'm going to let Tom explain, winners, losers brackets. back when he gets the thesaurus out and figures it all out. And the abacus, he'll have to have one of those. Swing and a miss. DeSanti goes down on strikes.
So I believe, and as I tried to explain earlier, but
go for it, man.
If the seeds hold, if Point Park beats and eliminates West Virginia State, then we would stay with the standard bracket that we have laid out, and the winner here would face the loser of that Charleston-Frostburg game. If State were to beat Point Park, I don't know. After that point, we would have to dig into it a little bit, perhaps off the air, and figure things out. Somebody much smarter than me could probably do it quicker.
One and one. Fly ball lazy into left field. Cam Moore camped under it. And there's two gone.
Third at-bat of the game for Caden Swaim. Flew out to right field in the first, grounded out to third in the third.
Nice curveball there from Wilkinson. And he seems, Tom, to have really settled down a little bit. He was a little bit off at first. He's only given up 2 hits. Give him that. But he is just he's cruising right along these last couple of innings.
Yeah, I was just having a similar thought, not really having to exert a whole lot of effort, not a whole lot of big high-leverage situations, guys on base having to pitch from the stretch, and he has been in control of this one. He's had the Concord battery off balance all afternoon, and I think it's a little bit easier as a pitcher to go out there and just play your game when you get that early 4-0 lead that is now blown up to an 8-0 lead in the 6th inning.
He's only given up 2 hits. He struck out 4 and hasn't walked anybody today. And that's always good. Two.
Well, that one a little bit high. 68th pitch of the ball game for Tyler Wilkinson. Runs that count full, 3-2, 2 out here.
And I say no walks, and he walked him.
Tried to get him to chase that one. Good eye at the plate by Swaim. Draws the base home balls.
Ty Livingston, the batter. 365 hitter on the season. Ground ball quickly to Johnson at first, or over to first. Canterbury with the out, and that's it. No runs, no hits. A walk, 1 man left, no errors, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Fairmont State 8, Concord nothing on the MEC Digital Network.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Headed to the bottom of the 6th. Fairmont State in control. They lead it 8-0. Jake Robinson stays on the mound for the Mountain Lions, and Ryan Goff will be the batter.
Goff, Smith, Canterbury due up. Goff, productive at the plate so far today. Popped out in his first at-bat, doubled second time up and scored. Reached on a single in the 4th, made it to second before that inning ended.
Fly ball in the infield. First baseman Matt DeSanti wants it, and he's got it. 1 out. Quentin Smith, the batter. One for 3 today and lays down a bunt, and a nice one. And they're not going to get him.
Excellent bunt by the second baseman. Hard to get those in from the right-handed batter's box and pull them back down the third baseline, but he executed that to perfection, and easy trip down to first base for Smith. So we see the replay here. You saw he was moving fast, but he shuffled his feet and got up into the batter's box to kind of help him with that angle, and that made the whole thing happen.
And he did a great job of keeping that left foot inside.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you'll see dangerously close. The guys will move up in the box, and that foot will drift outside the chalk. This one's driven way back. Forget it. Out of here over the jersey, Mike Sign in right field, and Noah Canterbury has made this a 10-0 ball game.
That one took a hop on the concourse, big bounce out onto Morris Street into the parking lot over there at Plaza East across the way. Might find that baseball over at Marty's Tire when it stopped. So that'll stretch it out, 10-0 here. The score for Fairmont State, still just the 6th inning. There is a 10-run mercy rule here. Does not come into play until after the 7th inning has been played, though.
They're appealing here at second base.
They say he
didn't touch, but the umpire says, oh, yeah, he did. Canterbury's 4th home run of the season brings up Quentin Reap.
Nobody up in that Concord bullpen. Mountain Lions leaving Robinson out there. It's going to be his ball game right now.
Breaking ball just misses low. 2-1.
Big cut and a miss there by Reap. Native of Bridgeport, West Virginia. We've talked about that a few times on the broadcasts here so far this week. What a fantastic high school program the Bridgeport Indians and Coach Robert Shields have.
No question. They're here in Charleston, seems like every year.
Yeah, they have a long run of state championships, Final Four appearances in West Virginia. Good baseball coming out of that part of the state. You know, you've got a great program in Fairmont Senior right down the road. There have been some wars between them and Bridgeport over the years. Grafton right there, good ball program. Robert C. Burden down the road. That one, big shot to left field.
That one is drifting out of here as well. And it's funny because the wind, Tom, is blowing in, and that ball just kept rising and rising and rising. And Reap hits his 6th home run of the year. Back-to-back jacks here in the 6th.
Yeah, Bostic off the bat. Bostic looked like he was going to have a chance to make a play on that ball, but as you said, Brian, that one just kept going up and up and up and never really started to come down before it was too late for Concord. Solo shot, second of back-to-back jacks, and it's 11-0 now, Fairmont State.
He just turns on this right here. Look at that.
Get the replay. He got all of it.
Thigh high, and he just plastered it.
Kept it in the ballpark, but not by much. Hit that wrought iron fence out there in left field.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think the only thing keeping it in the ballpark was the fact the wind is blowing in just a little bit.
Probably good fortune for the folks who have parked over there on the street outside the stadium. That one wasn't far from maybe an insurance glass claim. We'll get a shot of the warehouse buildings. The flags out in left field. Zach Brennan, the Morgantown native, at the plate now. 1-2 the count.
Breaking ball, fouled back. Brennan swings and misses and strikes out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Maddox Johnson. Johnson on the year, just .214 average. Today he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Singled in the first. Struck out in the third, and he struck out looking in the fourth. Inside 1-1 to Maddox. Umpire says he went.
I've got to agree with him. Looked like he went around from here. So we see the replay. Yep, definitely got through the zone on that one. He knew it. The look on his face, he knew it too.
Guys in black doing a good job today. Ron Runnels behind the plate. Ben Smith is at first. Chris Richards at third base. Mark Mayle is the alternate this afternoon in case one of our guys goes down. And right down the middle, strike three. Got him looking. And Johnson will take a seat. But a big inning, a couple of long balls, and 3 runs come across the plate. Our score after 6, Fairmont 11, Concord 0 on the MEC Digital Network. So this could, we head to the 7th, and it's 11-0, and we need 3 outs here, and it's a ball game.
Yeah, if Concord can't cut it to a deficit of fewer than 10 runs here, the 11-0 lead as we start the inning, this will be it for today and for the season for the Mountain Lions.
I'll tell you what, you got to give hats off to Tyler Wilkinson. Here's his line so far today. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He's faced 22 batters, and he's under 75 pitches. And he's really having himself a day here. So if Tyler can get 3 outs here, then it'll be an early day for Fairmont State and an early exit in this tournament for Concord.
Yeah, starts us out with a strike here. Wilkinson has been fantastic today. Came into the game just a 3-5 record, made 12 appearances, had started 11 games, had kind of an inflated ERA, 5.66, but that's not what we've seen here from the young man today.
Pinch hitter is number 12, A.J. Strickland. So Strickland batting for Bostic. Strickland, a 286 hitter on the year. Fouled straight back here. 2-2 is the count.
286 hitter, no home runs this season for Strickland, just 1 driven in. Hasn't been a big factor at the plate, but
only making his 13th appearance of the
Mountain
season.
Lions need him here.
And
there you
there's
go.
A drive. He needed him, and
way gone.
Yeah, so much for that 10-run rule. We'll see how that makes out. It's still a 10-run game, but here we go. You start thinking that you're gonna.
Yeah, you let up just a little bit, and we just talked about how solid Wilkinson had been and how he'd been pitching just a comfortable, easy game, and
first home run of the year for A.J. Strickland.
Yeah, I just mentioned, no home runs. He hadn't been a big part of the offense to this point, but, man, he got all of that as we see the replay. Strickland just crushed that one. Last home run out there we saw hit Morris on a bounce.
Good swing.
This one got there on the fly. What a shot.
M.J. Hunter, the ball, the batter now. Fouls the first one off, 0-1.
Saw in the replay, not entirely sure that ball didn't hit a car that was moving over there.
Only the third hit given up by Wilkinson today. Foul ball down the third base line.
Probably worked out for Fairmont there. I don't know that he was going to get him on the throw. M.J. Hunter, we've seen a couple times today, he can fly down the base pass, and that was going to be a tough play over there at third base for Johnston.
Grounded out to Canterbury.
It was a fantastic play by Canterbury, though. Really had to work hard to beat the speedy runner.
Now we're going to check the speed out here in the throw.
It was close.
Johnson got him. It goes 5-3 in your scorebook, and there's one down. So Fairmont 2 outs away from moving on. Pinch hitter is going to be DJ Christian Jr., the 5'9" senior from West Palm Beach, Florida.
273 average on the season. 24 hits and 88 at-bats, scored 20 runs, drove in 14, walked 12 times, struck out 12 times. Not much in the way of power, though. Just 3 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs this season. He's got some wheels, though, if he gets on base. 14 stolen bases for DJ Christian.
Hitting for Austin here. 2 balls and a strike. Really crowding that plate. Foul ball makes it 2-2.
Christian, not Not a big dude by any stretch, so he's got to really hunker down in there to cover that outside part of the zone.
Yeah, you're not kidding. 5'9" and $165. Fought off a breaking ball.
A good defensive swing there to stay alive. Right on cue. Here come the Bee Gees over the PA system, staying alive.
And another defensive swing there, but popped right out to Wilkinson, and we're down to 1 out.
It's been a long time ago, but I saw the old West Virginia Power walk a game off like that. A check swing that the pitcher was not expecting to come back to him, and the winning run came in. I asked the player who hit it after the game, I said, so walk me through that. He said, well, I hit the ball, and we won.
There's a shot. Way back left field. This could be trouble, and it is gone. We're going to play another half inning. Second home run in the inning for Dimitri Jamison.
(11-2) now the score.
And I'll tell you who I'm blaming this on. Brian Shepard.
I completely agree.
Our producer. Because he said in our headsets a while back, he said, only 5 more outs, guys, and we're out of here. And we both looked at him and said, you jinxed us. And he did.
Well, work is work, but baseball is baseball. If we get a little more baseball, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Brendan Brady, the batter. And I started to say a minute ago, even if this does go 7 or whatever, how much of an advantage is it for Fairmont not to have to go to their bullpen in this ball game and give everybody a rest?
Yeah, you think if you're the Falcons, you were really hoping to get out of this inning and finish things up.
Still nobody in the bullpen, though, for Fairmont.
And, of course, still an opportunity for the Falcons to wrap things up this inning. Not this half inning, but
right.
They can, if they can get through this and plate some runs, provided nothing else happens in this half inning. But
shot fair down the left field line, out of the reach of Maddox Johnson, and it'll be extra bases for Brendan Brady. And Concord starting to wake up a little bit here.
Mountain Lions been through the lineup a few times now. They've seen all that Wilkinson has to offer, and he had him off balance those first few times through, but here in the 7th, they really found the bead and put the ball in play.
Wilkinson outside for ball 1 to Nick DeSanti. DeSanti singled in the first, flied to the right fielder Bailey in the third, and struck out in the 6th.
And back to the top of the lineup now. This will be the 4th time through for the Mountain Lions.
Wilkinson out of the stretch. Strike 1. Coming up for Fairmont, it'll be Connor Bailey, Tyler Haskins, and Cam Moore. So 8-9-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking pitch right across the plate. DeSanti didn't like it, but there was no doubt about it.
You mentioned Wilkinson having to pitch from the stretch. Yeah, he's given up those 2 home runs this inning, but those are the only 2 guys prior to now that had been beyond first base. No runners in scoring position before now.
Slow grounder to second, over to first. Smith to Canterbury, and that'll do it. But 2 home runs put 2 runs across the plate, and that keeps Concord in this thing. After 6.5, our score, Fairmont 11 and Concord 2. You're watching the MEC Baseball Championships presented by Cardinal Chevrolet on MEC Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the Health Plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The Health Plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
11-2 is our score as Concord on a couple of home runs. One by A.J. Strickland, who, oh, by the way, was only his 13th appearance of the entire season. Drove one over the right field wall. And then 2 batters later, Dimitri Jamison got one over the left field wall and makes the score 11-2, Tom.
Not cheapies either. They were both bombs.
Nope, no doubters for sure.
Strickland hit one on the fly out into the Plaza East parking lot across Morris Street from right field. And Jamison's nearly took a car out beyond the left field wall.
Some changes for Concord on defense. We'll try to get to those as soon as we can here. But leading off the bottom of the 7th is Connor Bailey. Walked twice and grounded to short in his previous plate appearances.
26 is at left field, but I don't know what batting position he is in.
New left fielder.
That one nearly hit him. Had to duck out of the way of that one.
The new left fielder, number 26, Alex Rodriguez, in the game now.
Out of retirement.
A couple other changes. Like I said, Concord has an Alex Rodriguez. We had a Luis Gonzalez in a game last night. So
breaking ball over for strike 2. That one nearly took the home plate umpire's head off. Luckily, it was just the mask that came off, and his head wasn't in it. And being a former umpire, I can tell you, those don't feel good.
No, I can't imagine that they do.
Down low brings the count to even at a pair of 2s. Bailey, 333 on the season. High, ball 3. Robinson's done a decent job since coming in. He's pitched 3 1/3. He's given up 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. But he struck out 5. And as I say that, he just walked his first batter.
Brian, we haven't known each other long, but I'm beginning to suspect you might have some sort of supernatural power to predict the future.
How so, my partner friend?
Well, not so much predict, but you say it and then the opposite happens.
That's right. Tyler Haskins, catcher from Ripley, West Virginia, steps in. Inside corner, strike 1. Haskins squares the bunt and pops it foul down the first base line.
Action in the Fairmont bullpen for the first time today. Looks like Dylan Travinsky, big right-hander, number 44, getting loose down there for the Falcons.
Again, Game 4 is the last MEC game here at Gomart Ballpark today. Dirty Birds in town tonight, and they will play one of their regular season games this evening, and then we are back at it here tomorrow with a noon start. We'll have noon, 3:30, and I think 7 tomorrow. High ball 2 on Haskins. You get the day off tomorrow, don't you? At least in the morning. Mark Martin and I will be doing games 1 and 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it the day off. I get the game off. I'm on those 3:30 and 7 o'clock games. With my buddy Jack Withrow, we'll be bringing you the action. Count full now.
I need to talk to Butch. I thought I was working both of them. Maybe I'm the
No,
sideline.
no. I think I've got that
maybe
wrong.
I'm the dugout reporter.
I think I might be maybe one with you. I'm not sure. We'll get that straightened out. But
in the meantime,
yeah.
fly ball to right field. Dimitri Jamison camps under it, and we've got one out. Top of the order now, Cam Moore, the batter. Moore walked in the first and scored. Hit into a fielder's choice later on that same inning. Hit a double in the third and struck out in the fifth.
One of 3 runs that came across in that 5th inning.
Ball got away from the bullpen catcher down there. Momentarily stops play. Nice pitch from Robinson. Outside corner for the strike. Do you think Bailey tries to steal here to get in scoring position?
It would be a good time to go.
Oh, goodness. And Cam Moore gets away with his life right there. That one definitely got away from Jake Robinson. Look at it again. Yikes, in a way right there. Mercy. Little Keanu Reeves in him right there.
A little bit.
Oh, goodness. Robinson got that call.
Yeah, it looked outside from up here, but umpire with a better vantage point says that one caught the black.
I'm not sure if he's thinking the rubber pellets or the black of the plate. Falcons need a run here to end the ball game. And the count runs full, 3-2.
Third full count of the inning. And making this Concord pitching staff work today. Runner goes, ball fouled off. They'll reset and do it again. So lots of space out there in the outfield. If you were able to put one out in between center and right field, there's room right now.
In case you're keeping score, Connor Bailey has attempted 10 steals, and he's been successful 6 times. Lazy fly ball out of play down the left field line.
And Bailey on base 3rd time today. He's walked all 3 times he's gotten out there.
This game just passing the 2-hour mark this afternoon. And a great play down the left field line from Alex Rodriguez.
Incredible catch.
Caught it and went over the wall. And retired Cam Moore.
Bailey moves up to second, but what a catch by Rodriguez out and left. It looked like he was going to have room to make the play as it came off of the bat. Just kept tailing away from him, but he goes into the stands and comes back with a baseball for the second out of the inning.
He says he's okay. Let's get a look at it here. Going to the line, makes the catch, and goes right over top of that short wall.
Yeah, right on the door area, too. That's a dangerous spot. More so maybe than some of the others. You know, the latches on that door can pop open when you're slamming into it. But what a play by the left fielder. Get that second out. Like you said, Bailey moves up to second on the play, though. He is the winning run right now if he were to cross the plate.
And Ryan Goff has doubled and singled in 4 trips to the plate today. Takes a strike. Flied out to the first baseman, DeSanti, his last time up. Third base coach giving him a little bit of instruction here. Base hit might win it. Big gap out in right center.
Ball skips away there. Bailey moves up 90 feet to third base. Last stop before the potential game winner here in the 7th. 11-2 is your score. Concord kept this one alive with 2 solo home runs in their half of the 7th. But Fairmont knocking on the door here in the bottom half of the inning.
1-1, 2 down. Winning run 90 feet away. Goff turns on it, knocks it foul.
Way out in front of that one. He got all of it, but way early on the swing as he sends that one back in the direction of my car, actually. So
good luck with that.
Well, I'm glad he got all of it because I think I'm close enough. That probably cleared me pretty easily out there.
There's a base hit that could win it, and it does. Ryan Goff with the walk-off. Connor Bailey comes around to score, and that is the ball game. Fairmont State wins it 12-2 on the single to left field by Ryan Goff. Good ball game. 12-2 our final score. We'll take a break and come back and wrap it up for you right after this. You're watching the MEC Baseball Championships on MEC Digital Network.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 of I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the Health Plan, we don't just work here, we live here. The Health Plan, a proud corporate partner with the Mountain East Conference.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Final score from Go-Mart Ballpark this afternoon. The Fairmont State Fighting Falcons live to fight another day as they defeated the Mountain Lions of Concord 12-2 in a mercy game here as they come back and score one run in the bottom of the seventh after giving up two in the top. And, Tom, a really good ball game and a good pitching performance from Wilkinson and allowing them to not go in the bullpen. So the Falcons are fresh as they go into tomorrow.
Yeah, Fairmont State got off to a good start, opened up with 4 runs in its half of the first, and really just made life easy for the pitcher, Tyler Wilkinson, out there. Went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Just walked 1 with 4 strikeouts, and, of course, the 2 home runs, both of them solo in the 7th. Maybe a little bit of a blip on his resume for today, but, man, what a performance by him, and couldn't do that without the bats that they had going today. I think just about everybody in the Fairmont lineup had a hit or got on base and scored. Of course, Ryan Goff, the 2 RBI double. Noah Canterbury had a home run. Quentin Reap hit a home run. Just up and down this Fairmont lineup. They were hitting the ball well today. And a good sign for them to bounce back after the loss last night to the University of Charleston. And Falcons live to fight another day. They'll move on in this tournament.
All but 2 of the starting 9 for Fairmont got hits today. And so a really good offensive performance from the Fighting Falcons. And, again, they move on. And so it's been a good day of baseball here. Again, the game number 3 earlier saw Frostburg beat West Virginia State. So West Virginia State, and you've got to look at the brackets there, and they're going to play tomorrow, and they've got to win against Point Park to keep it alive.
Yeah, so how it will play out. If Point Park wins that game, then Fairmont State will play the loser of the Charleston and Frostburg game. If West Virginia State wins that game, State, of course, would then stay alive. Fairmont State would play West Virginia State on Saturday here at 1 p.m. if they're able to stay alive.
And there will be a quiz later on. So
I've got the cheat sheet now, thanks to Brian Shepard. He might have done us dirty on that premature call for the Mercy rule, but right. He's really helping us out here. Couldn't do it without him.
Shep is fantastic. So for analyst Tom Bragg and our great crew, and when I say great crew, I am not messing around. We want to thank Brian Shepard, our producer, Levi Barnhart, our director, and our camera guys, Cade Burgess, Parker Withrow, and Jackie Donnell, and Butch Mounts, of course, the executive producer. I'm Brian Noss saying so long from Go-Mart Ballpark in Charleston, where the final score in game number 4 in the 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament is Fairmont 12 and Concord 2. Today's game was produced by Video Productions in conjunction with the Mountain East Conference. Thanks for watching live streaming coverage of the 2025 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament here on the MEC Digital Network.